Seas will be the biggest game on Roblox. But what is it? It's a Roblox game based on One Piece, and no, you don't have to have watched the anime before playing this game. And also, no, it's not a bandit beater. So here's everything we know about Seas in one video. Starting off with one of the most asked questions about the game, the compatibility. When Seas releases, it will be available on every device. From your phone, to your laptop, to your computer, to your Xbox. The devs who have worked on this game have ensured that there's compatibility for all devices and have prepared controls for each device, which I will display on screen right now. Next up, fruits. On release, there will be 33 fruits in this game. The list of fruits includes flame, sand, light, love, magma, smoke, revive, paw, dough, barrier, bomb, Buddha, chop, dark, dragon, allosaurus, gum, gravity, quake, ice, bison, leopard, operation, rumble, giraffe, soul, wolf, string, phoenix, venom, falcon, and the Yamato box, which for those of you who haven't watched the anime, it's basically just Kitsune from Lost Roots. And another thing I like to add is the dragon fruit actually has hair, much like the actual counterpart. And the cool thing about this is you can actually customize its hair. Meaning you want orange hair, you can have orange hair. You want blue hair, you can have blue hair. Want to have a low taper fade, you can have a low taper fade. Next up, armor. Now first of all, how do you obtain armor? Well, as far as it has been confirmed, there are two ways to get armor. The first is through chest drops, and the second is by crafting them. Again, I'll go ahead and put pictures of all the armor. There's Wano armor, piratey armor, dragon armor, samurai armor, and all sorts of cool armor. And there's also a special type of armor called the trench armor, which is basically used for deep sea exploration. Now for sea vents, I'm sure there are many, but from what I saw in the Discord and from all the leaks and development logs so far, there are two main ones. The first is AI ship battles, and the second is sea beasts. Sea beasts is self-explanatory. Sea beasts pop out at sea and will attack you. Now AI ship battles will be quite dynamic, I believe, because the waves will actually change the trajectory of your attacks and your cannonballs and such. Now for the mounts. Basically, there will be different tiers of mounts. Some will be able to be unlocked in a tamer shop, whereas for others you will have to go on adventures and unlock them through a series of quests. And also something which is very cool is some defeated bosses like dragons can be mounts. Now for the list of confirmed mounts. We have the lion from Wano, we have a dog, we have the horse from Long Ring Long Land, we have Smoker's bike, we have a Wano deer, a mammoth, a falcon, wolves, and also whales. Now for the confirmed weapons, and by weapons well I mean swords, we have crocodile's hook, Katakuri's trident, Whitebeard's naginata, which is basically a pole arm, a mace, katanas, soul guitar, cutlass, jite, soul cane, and Igris's dagger. Now the other kind of weapons, guns. There will be 5 classes of guns, ranging from miniguns to rifles to flintlocks. And guns will also have recoil in this game. Yes, I know Call of Duty players, calm down. So for example, the minigun will have way more recoil than a pistol. There will also be reload cancelling, ammo is also a thing, and so is bullet speed. So from this, we can see that guns will be heavily favored in this game and very detailed. Alright, now on to wildlife. Wildlife, when killed, will obviously drop materials and meat which can be used for crafting. And according to the developers, there will also be giant land beasts which drop rare items. So I'm guessing those are kind of just like animal bosses. The confirmed wildlife, well on land at least, consists of boars, pigs, snakes, crabs, bears, T-Rexes, wolves, and deers. And I'm looking at this picture, man, they look amazing. There will also be aquatic wildlife, but there's way too many that I can't literally name any of them. And with that being said, of course, fishing is also a thing. Any fish that you catch can be cooked, can be sold, and can be made into materials. So yeah, pretty sick. On the aquatic wildlife note, let's talk about the sea. In total, there will be 7 depths of the sea, 7 being the floor of the sea, and also submarines. Now this is sort of where that trench armor I was talking about earlier comes into play. Now for what you have all been waiting for, the progression. And I'm glad to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, anything can be done to progress. Meaning, Seas is not a bandit beater. You can craft things, you can cook things, you can lockpick things. Oh, and my personal favorite, you can throw poop.
Don't ask why it's my favorite.
Oh, and also there will be marine ranks. I'm talking about Vice Admiral, Admiral, Fleet Admiral, things like that. Now for the factions, there are a total of 4 factions. If you want to be a pirate, then you have to join Council D Piracy. If you want to be a Marine, you have to join Marine D Corps. If you want to be a Revolutionary, you have to join Arms D Revolutionary. And finally, if you want to be a part of the World Government, you have to join World D Government. Those were all the factions. Now let's talk about the game modes. So far there are 3 confirmed game modes. And those game modes are Battlegrounds, Ranked, and Crew Battles. Each are pretty self-explanatory. Now traversing, how do you travel around the map really quickly? Because it's quite a large-sized map, and there are 2 ways you can travel. Well, 3 including mounts, but we already talked about them, so let's talk about the other 2. The other 2 are zip lines, which can be found in areas like Skypiea, and gliders. And talking about Skypiea, let's talk about the locations that are confirmed to be in Roses. The first obviously is Skypiea, which for those of you who don't know, it's just a floating island basically. And then the Baratier, which is a restaurant which is floating in the middle of the ocean, Arlong Park, Crocodile's Diner, and finally Impel Down, which for those of you again who don't know, it's a prison. And in the anime it has 6 floors, and so does it in Roses. And from my knowledge, from what they've been saying in the Discord, you can get captured by Marines, and if you do, you'll be sent to this prison. Now Haki. Roses has all 3 types of Haki: Observation, Armament, and Conquerors. However, there are 3 main types of Conquerors Haki in Roses. The first is an aura, which is, well, it's just aura. Then you have coating, which basically you can coat your weapons with Conquerors Haki. And finally you have Wi-Fi Conquerors Haki, which is basically you just sending out like this lightning signal, which travels quite far by the way. Now bosses, including Sea Beasts and Sea Kings, there are 82 bosses in Roses. And for my research, these are a couple of the confirmed big name bosses. First up, we have Broggy, then we have the White Tiger, Dragons, King Neptune, Oars, Blue Gory, Kraken, True Kraken, Chicken Dino Hybrid, Dory, Frog, Pika, and the Sky Serpent. There are also a ton of events, and based on my research, this was what I was able to find. There are 5 legendary ship events, there's a Pirate Hunter event, Port events, Pirate/Marine camps, Corrupt Marine event, Execution event, Wildlife camp events, Wildlife raid events, cooking competitions, fishing events, challenger events, scammer events, spars, and bar fights. And the last thing we're going to talk about in this video, the minute details. There's moving hair, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, based on the wind, your hair will sway with the wind. And actually, so will your clothes. And fruits with animal transformations like the leopard fruit will blink, move their eyes, and move their mouths. Talk about creepy. And there will also be swaying trees, moving windmills, and parkour. Yes, you heard that right. Basically, there will be a bar at the bottom of your screen, which indicates, well, for how long you can parkour. And finally, taxes. Yes, you heard that right. You can't escape it. I know you've been evading your taxes, so the IRS has come to personally collect their taxes in Rel Cs. And failure to pay taxes in Rel Cs will put a bounty on your head. And yeah, that's basically everything we know about Rel Cs. I will be recording and playing this game day 1. So yeah, make sure you tune in and peace out.